League on EA Sports. For this rivalry game, Rams and the Chiefs coming up next.
It is perhaps the best home field as we welcome you to GEHA Field at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. The predictably loud and raucous here at Arrowhead as they're below to match up with the Las Vegas Raiders. Everybody, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Chiefs ball club. They come in losers of 2 straight, so they're trying to right the ship here a little bit.
They're teetering a little bit, aren't they? And now things could really go south if they lose this game. So they understand the importance of playing well and stopping this streak.
On the other side of the field for the visiting Raiders, they've got all W's on the ledger so far, a perfect 6-0.
Yeah, still a long way to go in this season, but they're showing everyone early on that they intend to be there in the end.
Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. So here come the Chiefs for their opening drive. And they'll be led out by their quarterback, the former Louisville Cardinal, Teddy Bridgewater.
He had the numbers of a game last week that if you win, you talk about him being a gritty guy, managing the game, getting it done. But they lost. So obviously 2 interceptions, 1 touchdown pass, that's not going to be good enough. Got to get that changed around.
A run there on first down and a pretty good one of 5 yards, so make it 2nd and 5. The numbers for him from a week ago, 15 carries, 55 yards and a touchdown.
And the coach didn't talk about establishing the run first, but they've lost 2 straight games, so they still want to do that, but they've got to have some contingencies, some other options. Expect them maybe to throw it a little bit to open up things and maybe run it a little bit more later in the game.
From the 30 on, and the Raiders have got him. The safety blitz staged to perfection that time as they sack him for a loss of 6. Just not much a quarterback can do there, CD. The pressure was in his face almost instantaneously, led to a very quick sack. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Asante Samuel Jr. So here are the Raiders now with great starting field position. Under center, it's the 2017 Heisman Trophy winner as you get a look at Baker Mayfield.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win, and that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
Following the interception, Mayfield eluding the pressure right. He's got the first down inside the 10. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds.
Obviously, a big play was needed, and you can see his eyes light up as he realized there's absolutely no one in front of him. And he takes off and goes a long way. Not only does he pick up a first down, but a big gain to boot.
And he's in. Touchdown, Raiders. Christian McCaffrey with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Raiders on just 2 plays have taken the lead. People always talk about one of his biggest strengths running the football, vision, and he found the spot there, went into the end zone.
You're exactly right about that. It wasn't just the vision, right? Once he saw the gap, decisiveness, made up his mind, and about the power to finish the play. Not only did he get good blocking, he created his own space as well.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. Getting set to go here, Teddy Bridgewater and company marches back onto the field. And he'll look to rebound from the early interception that led to 6 points the other way.
And when he threw the interception, and he had to come to the sideline. I guarantee his first thought wasn't about the interception itself, but what could result. And I know he was thinking to himself, come on, defense, bail me out. Well, they weren't able to in this situation. Now he's got to go out and atone for it himself.
9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. Well, this defense for the Raiders, they were terrific a week ago in the win over Washington.
And the big difference in the ball game, their ability to force turnovers, 3 of them, in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, that's something that's emphasized each and every week, and they carried it out.
They go backwards there 2 yards, and 2nd and 1 is now 3rd and 3. From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. And this is going to be incomplete.
Looks like a second empty possession to start the game, and certainly not the way you want to start when you come in off of a loss last week. Every team talks about starting fast. They're hoping on their next possession, it can be a delayed fast start and get them going.
Call that a 48-yard punt, and made even better by a loss on the return. And the Raider drive will start from deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. They start on the ground with McCaffrey. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
He'll buy some time right. Man open, that's Calvin Ridley. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
And time to give some credit to the big fellows, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes, because you've got to give the receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time, be able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys. Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
On 1st and 10, Mayfield. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
So this game, Charles, you know, we talk about potential unbeaten seasons a lot. It feels like every year at some point in the season we talk about that. But this is one of those games where if you're unbeaten, you got to be careful. You can't take this one too lightly.
You're exactly right about that, and by rights, this should be a cakewalk. Almost a week off. Let the starters run up the score in the first half. Backups get to play in the second. But you and I both know that funny things sometimes happen when you think this way. So it's incumbent upon the starters to really play well to make it work for this team.
And the Chiefs D closes in on him again, and they drop him behind the line.
He's got exactly what you're looking for, the ability to not just diagnose a play and quickly, but to make a play as well. Nice job there tackling him for a loss.
On 3rd down, Mayfield. Able to find Waller. That's complete. And he is going to have the Raiders' first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's well executed there on third down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
A gain of 6 there on first.
If you're these receivers, you got to be ready, because when he's going to throw it quick on that RPO, he's going to throw it quick.
And this is why you spend time with your guy either in the offseason, during the week, the whole bundle. Because sometimes it's just telepathy. You both see the same thing, and he knows get the ball to him right away.
Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss, and now it's third down. Mayfield off the play fake, rolling to his right. And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Calvin Ridley, his second touchdown on the season.
Game, baby.
So they called it a touchdown. Review, so they had it right. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. KC's offense ready to take over. And they come in losers of 2 straight. And remember, they've got the open date on their calendar next weekend. But you think it's vitally important, Charles, that they focus on the task at hand here?
Absolutely, because these players, they know what's coming up. And the difference between taking time off following a win versus doing so on a 3-game losing streak, that's absolutely huge, because they may come back if they lose this game to a facility, and there may be new faces in there and some teammates lost.
A second down throw for Bridgewater. He finds his man, complete. It's Brooks. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down. Out of the gun, Bridgewater. Open man is Hill. He's got it. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. Here's the Chiefs punter now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. He'll send this one into the Midwestern air, and it's a good one. A field flipper there, a 47-yard punt coupled with a loss on the return. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. Out comes Calvin Ridley and the offense for their next drive. Sitting right around the midpoint of the season, on pace for 1,000 yards. Good year so far, and I'm sure film study being devoted to him a little bit more on the other side.
They have to, because the pace that he's carrying right now, if you're pushing 1,000-yard pace as a receiver, that means he warrants your attention. And right now, precision is going on with their offense. Kind of like that timepiece you wear on your wrist, you know, that good stuff. Got to knock that off somehow. Chip away at that timing, change things up a little bit, and make them go to other things and make them do those things better.
Yeah, try to make him uncomfortable. Not many teams have been able to do that so far this year. The Raiders with the football here to begin quarter number 2. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
And that is caught. It's Ridley. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25.
And a nice call and really good execution there, because they gave him a little bit of a different launch angle, perhaps, you know. You don't want to have the quarterback dropping back 5 to 7 steps on every play and have the defense zero in on him. There you hope that you get your defense going one way. They sent him the other, and they picked up nice yardage with that completion.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. From the gun, Mayfield. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
As this old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Mayfield. That is caught at the 7. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7.
A lot of deflated looks on that defense. It seems like they just cannot find a way to get a key stop on 3rd down. Here's another conversion, and now this offense, they're in a position to go up even further as they've got it 1st and goal.
And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. His 2nd touchdown here in this first half. Carlson on for the PAT. And it is now 21-0. So that drive goes 8 plays. And it winds up in 6 points for the Raiders. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over.
They have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They'll try the left side. It's Brooks. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. The 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Throwing back across his body. Jonathan Abram picks it. And the return across midfield and to the 46-yard line.
And, Charles, you know, it seems like sometimes when you fall down early, there can be a tendency there to try and get it all back in one fell swoop. And that time, that thinking leads to an interception.
And I believe you brought up a really good point there, Brandon, because you try and force plays, right? You try and get all back in one shot, just as you mentioned there. And you know you're going to need some big plays to get back into the game. But ultimately, you really can't force what isn't there.
They'll let this go for the end zone.
And, oh, that one going to wind up incomplete. Nearly an interception in the end zone. Probably should have been. 3rd down coming up.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit them over the top, unsuccessfully.
3rd and short yardage, Mayfield. And Waller taking it in over the middle. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
Normally on 3rd down and short yardage, you're thinking of throwing to your tight end. It's just going to be... chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the 1st down and then some.
Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
Speed is the name of the game when it comes to RPOs, and sometimes you can be a little too quick, thus inaccurate, incomplete.
Play action now. Here's Mayfield. Dancing to his left. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down. The Raiders on 3rd down. A perfect 4 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. They'll throw again. Here's Mayfield. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. Now the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. They'll run for it. McCaffrey. And, boy, this is going to be close. That mark looks a little short, and he didn't get there. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the first down. And the Chiefs defense comes up with a stop. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He finds his man complete. It's Brooks. And he'll be out of bounds right at about the 10-yard line. 3 yards the gain there, second down. And to give this time to the tailback. And a short gain here across the 10 to the 12.
Not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Throwing is Bridgewater. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that's caught inside the 35. And he is finally out of bounds, but not before taking it down inside the 30. A big play there for KC. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Now he's hit, and Bridgewater loses the football. And the Raiders have recovered. He was under duress, surveying, trying to find somebody to get the ball out of his hands. In the meantime, the defense, they took it out of his hands.
And when the ball snapped, I know exactly what the defense is thinking. Get a sack, put him on the ground. But when you can also knock the ball free while doing so, oh, there's the bonus for you as a defender.
Throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A first down throw for Mayfield. He's going to get this one out to his fullback. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it'll be a second down.
Well, they've certainly spread the ball around so far, but they're definitely getting everyone involved now when you're throwing it to the fullback. Just shows how versatile this offense is and how everyone is a threat.
And now Mayfield on the bootleg. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And this is caught inside the 5. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. A big play there for the Raiders.
Big plays are starting to become the trend here in this first half, and everything that they've tried has worked. And there's another example right there.
A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Mayfield knocks this forward. It's a jet sweep. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6.
This defense not fooled one bit on that touch pass.
And this has become one of those kind of in vogue plays, you know, kind of like the shuffle pass was a few years ago. This one never got off the ground, but you understand why a lot of teams are running it. These wide receivers, a lot of them, they've run like running backs with the ball in their hands. The way he's been slinging in the first half, you expect everything he throws to go for a touchdown, but I guess he's going to have to wait to try and pick up that 3rd, isn't he?
Yeah, I thought he had him for a second, but you're right, Nut. And that is caught. Touchdown. Well, there is a marker on the field. The celebration may be short-lived. Let's see.
Colton Miller, former first-round pick, called for the penalty there.
The holding penalty, that puts him in an unenviable spot here as they try again on 3rd and goal. To throw, Mayfield. Caught by Marshall. He's got it for a Raider touchdown. A great play there. His 6th touchdown of the season.
And the Raiders continue to pull away here in this first.
They just gave up there. That's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first. Really were determined to get a stop there, unable to do so. That makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And a rout is on here in this first half. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. They haven't been able to get him on track. They haven't been able to get this offense on track. No points so far.
Maybe it's time to start doing a few different things. Throwing the
ball. And Bridgewater intercepted for the third time.
Picked off at the 40.
An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
On the tackle, Tyrann Mathieu. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. This is McCaffrey on the give. Sheds off the tackle, and he's going to get this inside the 30. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. On first down, this is McCaffrey. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. So we've reached halftime with a visiting. The second half upon us sooner than we bargained for. Week 7, second half. Let's do it. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Raiders with the lead already, and they will get the football here as the second half is now underway. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And he's all the way up across the 40 and down at the 42. Great return.
Any return that gets you to midfield is a great return. 1 first down, and you're almost in field goal position.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Starting the second half with a run by McCaffrey. Dances by him, and he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line.
75 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
Here's McCaffrey, and he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Tyrann Mathieu there to make the tackle. He shows you right there, he can do more than just cover in the secondary from that free safety position.
Yeah, the evolution of position has really been significant, hasn't it? Because a lot of teams no longer have a free safety, strong safety designation. They just have safeties. So wherever the ball is, one can be...
Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted.
Picked off around the 27. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. Pretty much everything went their way offensively in the first half, but now an interception on the opening drive of the third quarter.
As we know, the key to everything here, don't get careless with the football. The problem is you've got to stay aggressive as well. So where's the line between being aggressive and attacking and being overly aggressive? I think they just crossed it on that one.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
From the gun, they'll try to run it.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
And going deep for Hill. Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. A big play there for KC. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop it behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. He'll get 2 on the keeper, but it becomes now a 3rd down. They'll try to run this one in. They push forward, but I don't think it's enough. He's going to be about a yard short. He needed 3. He got interesting situation here on 4th and a yard.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
The offense is staying out there. Here we go on 4th and goal from the 1. And he'll wind up being knocked back to the 3-yard line. They stop him up short on 4th and goal from the 1. And this shutout is going to continue as the defense holds again. So they finally get their first trip to the red zone, and it ends with nothing.
And that's what I'm going to focus on with you, because you teed it up really well. Finally get to the red zone. So there's got to be a little bit of frustration because they haven't moved the ball as well as they wanted to all game. Now they get there, but we got to go for it because we don't know if we can get back here again. We don't know how many opportunities because they've been sputtering a little bit.
Absolutely. At this stage in the second half, to get there and not get it for the first time, tough. Mayfield on play action. Wide open. It's Marshall complete. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds.
And if anyone thinks they're just going to tuck their horns in and pull back off the throttle a little bit, you can forget it. Even with this big third-quarter lead, I think this team's going to continue to take their shots downfield, and there's another completion.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. They'll give it up to McCaffrey, and he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Another run with McCaffrey on 2nd down.
And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down. They go play action. Mayfield. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a 1st down. They say he was out of bounds. And now the red flag out on the field. We'll have a challenge forthcoming.
Did he keep those feet in bounds?
That's it, baby.
After review of play, ruling on the field is reversed.
So a good challenge there. The look pretty conclusive. The feet were in, and it's a completed pass.
This is McCaffrey. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42.
91 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. Options galore here. 2nd and a few inches.
Play fake. Mayfield sliding out of the pocket. He'll find his tight end. That's Waller. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
Plenty of shouts from this crowd as they watch the replay. So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Got a man right side. It's McCaffrey. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9.
There's a beautiful throw there, and he's been sensational the entire game, moving it around, spreading it, hitting the right guys. And look, under normal situations, partner, I would expect him to come out of the game now. They've got it in hand. But you and I have been around this league a long time, and every time we ask head coaches about it, hey, why don't you take your quarterback out when the game's in hand? They just kind of give us that look like that's what he's paid to do. So it's a very unusual situation. I'd want him out. They tend to leave him in.
Again, McCaffrey. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2.
Were you as surprised as I was that they actually ran it on second down there? I thought that they would go ahead and throw it in every situation here.
Yeah, they've thrown for 3 touchdown passes. Now here, I think they probably go back to the air.
Yeah, I think so, but ordinarily, second down.
Touchdown Raiders! Christian McCaffrey. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Raiders add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that will extend this big lead. That one in the books as a 12-play drive. And it ends with a Las Vegas touchdown. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And just looking ahead, it would appear that that bye week is coming at the right time. They'll have 2 weeks to chew on this one. They'll probably not one that they want to chew on. A poor performance from start to finish.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Bridgewater. Throw left side complete. That's Brooks. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. Now Bridgewater. And down he goes. Brought down a Raiders sack. Max Crosby in there to get him. And on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Here's the Chiefs punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Raiders... will take over now, 1st and 10. The Raiders offense ready to go. And this one has gone pretty well to form. They've come in, had little problem thus far, and now they'll try to polish things off in the 4th. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
The Raiders on 3rd down. They've been excellent. 6 for 7. This is 3rd and 8. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Johnson.
Tell you what, partner, the way he's been slinging in this one, I think he should be ticketed for a baseball cap and a set of headphones for the next drive. He's been absolutely sensational. But one thing we've both learned about quarterbacks in this league, they often stay on the field longer than you expect.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40.
Let's go, buddy.
A gain of 15.
Well, not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they look to salt this one away. Solid running on the carry, but still brought down just inside the 40. And it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
That's complete to his tight end, Waller. And he is going to have the Raiders 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. They run the counter now on 1st down. And if there was a lane there, it closed up quickly as he stopped for no gain. 2nd down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll be taken down here, and that is how this one is going to come to an end. So this one a victory for the Las Vegas Raiders. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they